All right, guys, thanks for joining in today. We are sitting down here with Infernaltoast of 0xBTC. We're going to talk about a few things with 0xBTC and kind of dive into the platform. So, thanks for sitting down with me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Joshua. Great
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I guess to start off, could you just tell me a little bit about 0xBTC, like when it was launched, and what made you really come up with the original concept for it?
Yeah. So I thought about this. I mean, I've been thinking about this for a while, but basically, 0xBTC, the simplest way to describe it is that it's digital gold for Ethereum. So, and what I wanted to build was a token. I wanted to build a token smart contract. I was just messing around with tokens, but I didn't want to build a token smart contract where I started with all the tokens,
Mhm.
like because I don't think that would be the way that cryptocurrency worked as of like 20 or 2012, that kind of era. I mean, back in 2012 kind of era, cryptocurrencies when they were launched, they were all mined, pure mined. And that's in my mind what a cryptocurrency is. But I wanted to build a token smart contract that was also pure mined, or something that at least I didn't start with that was like fairly distributed amongst everyone. But I started building a token smart contract, and I noticed I could just make all the tokens start in the contract, or basically make the starting supply zero, and then I can create a method. Familiar with Solidity? How familiar are
Yes,
you with
of
Solidity? Yeah.
course.
Yeah, you can create a method that's like a faucet, so that anyone can call the method in Solidity and just get tokens like 50, 50, 50 or whatever. But then I kind of realized immediately that if I did that, that people would just spam it really quickly and like overload the Ethereum network basically. If it really was worth a lot or whatever, if it really wasn't a successful currency.
Right.
So what you can do is, or what I realized you can do, there's a lot of literature about this. You can do a proof of work challenge on the input of the method. So it works exactly like Bitcoin mining or any kind of currency SHA-based mining, where the proof of work challenge, it gets harder or easier based on how many people are calling it. So that way, it's always adjusting to be like about 10 or 15 minutes right per mint. That way, the
Right.
bottleneck is more on the hashing and the mining, and not on trying to submit the method as quickly as possible.
Right. So it's really it's kind of like an ETH BTC hybrid in a certain way. Is that correct?
Mm, but it's not. It's not its own blockchain, right? It's like totally on the Ethereum blockchain. It's totally the ERC20 token smart contract, but the token that functions exactly like digital gold. It functions exactly like Bitgold or Bitcoin or whatever.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty genius thing. Like I'm surprised that more people don't know about it, to be honest.
yeah. A lot of people were surprised that no one built it before,
Right.
including me. And because it's pretty simple to do in Solidity. The hardest part was working out how to do the automatic difficulty adjustment. But even that wasn't that bad, really. There's smart contracts that are way, way more genius and complicated. It was just a matter of time before someone launched like a autonomous pure mind currency.
Right. Is there anybody else doing this now since you guys started it?
Yeah, there are more. There have been some other EIP 918 tokens. That's what it's called now, because EIP 918 is a EIP submitted to Ethereum that we submitted to Ethereum that basically it's like a template for how you could do the token mining with the proof of work, the SHA proof of work in a smart contract. And there have been like 0x Kate was one that got pretty big and it's still around. It's kind of like the same thing but easier to mine, and then it's like Dogecoin version where it's like cats. It's like a
Right.
meme.
That's
And,
kind of cool.
and then like there was one called like POW proof of work or something, or proof of work ETH. And that kind of, the developer made a mistake in the math and the difficulty adjustment, so the difficulty went to infinity because he like never tested it and didn't understand what the numbers were. So that was funny. That failed. And then there's Lodge is working on. He's one of the members of our group. He's working on like 0x Mithril, and then Mikers made all these other ones like 0x Litecoin. That so like if you mine in his pool, you get 0x BTC and 0x LTC.
Oh, nice.
LTC doesn't have any value right now, but it's just
Right.
proof. showing a proof of concept of how you can do merge mining.
Right.
That's kind of cool. So, oh yeah. So by the way, that's merge mine. So you can actually like merge mine off of 0xBTC, and you could also like make your own mineable token completely. What you could also do is we can build smart contracts that can be executed if and only if you mint a 0xBTC block through the method. Does that make
Okay.
sense? You can
Yeah,
make like
right.
an arbitrary method in Solidity, and then like pools or miners can only call that method if it notices that like you're minting through it and the 0xBTC contract is like incrementing its block number or mint number during that time. So there's proof of concepts of that too.
So you can
So
kind of be you can kind of be double dipping in a certain way.
yeah, well, what I think it means is like we can create Solidity methods that are um, like artificially gated by proof of work, or like it's almost like a proof of work engine. It'd be like it's very extensible if you dive into it. It's kind of cool because it's all on Solidity and on the EVM. You can like any smart contract can like ask your XBDC information, like use the token. That's
Right.
kind of cool.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised that honestly, like more people don't know about this. Um,
Yeah.
it's a little bit interesting. I don't know why. I mean, I've been inside of your community, and you guys have one of the most tight knit, active communities that I think I've seen in a really long time. With actual, quality people in there that are really active with your GitHub and really active with just the development of it all.
Yeah.
It's really unique, I think, in the crypto space.
It's pretty inspiring. There's not actually an official team, obviously. Like these other token projects, it's more like just a bunch of random people that want to contribute, like how Bitcoin works or whatever, the same kind of development plan. But yeah, there's a core group of like really passionate people, especially like the people who develop the mining software are like super. I guess I don't know a better word, just like passionate and like enthusiastic about. They feel like it's something special, which I do too. It's super. And what's also cool is they can feel like it's part of their own, because it's not any more like mine than theirs, or like anyone else's. Like it's just the smart contract is like the leader.
Right, it's truly decentralized.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Now, you guys had just recently burned your main contract address. Is that correct?
The only thing that meant, like I said, it was like more symbolic, but
Right.
that's what we bring up. Basically, when I launched the contract, the token, I wanted it to be ERC20, not ERC223, because I think ERC20 is like perfectly good and like the gold standard for token specifications. But the downside of that is 223 does kind of make it nice because if people can't accidentally send tokens into the contract, which is nice.
Right.
What I did was I made the contract ownable by the deployer, but the only thing the deployer was allowed to do is extract tokens that were deliberately sent into the contract. Whether that be for like donations, which is mainly used for, or accidentally sent. There were a couple people that accidentally sent tokens in, and they PM me, and I was able to send them back.
Right.
And I guess actually, yeah. So in the beginning, there were tons of donations. This guy named Pizza developed one of the first GPU miners, like 2 or 3 weeks before we were able to make an open source GPU miner. So he got like tons of tokens and made it the first GPU mining pool. He donated like 10,000 tokens into the smart contract.
Oh, nice.
April, and so that those are used. Right, so I sucked all those tokens out, and then the other tokens that were donated, and then those are just in like a account that is owned by like the foundations, basically. The 0xBTC Foundation, or they're just we don't really know what to do with them right now, but not a big deal. It's not really that many. And then once the contract was empty, I burned the ownership of the contract with another smart contract. That
Right.
that allows you to accept the ownership basically, and that's it. So now the contract has absolutely no owner. If you send tokens in the contract, they're burned forever. And it's just kind of like a symbolic thing, because it's weird to look at it and say like the owner is like an address. Now I feel like
Right.
the owner.
Yeah, but that's great. I mean, you guys are really going for a full, what you're going for what blockchain is meant to be. You're
Yeah,
totally,
that's it. That was
totally
always
decentralized. Like you guys just you don't really have like, specific employees or like specific core team. Like it's the whole community. You guys are all developing it.
Yeah, yeah. It's just exactly. It's just a community-driven thing. There's no. I mean, even the Zero XBDC Foundation. It's like just a. There could be another foundation. There could, anyone can make their own foundation. Anyone can make their own website. And even all the websites are open source. So
That's awesome. That's how it's supposed to be.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's it. That's absolutely right. People help like make the logos and the art like that. Everyone contributes. It's really cool.
Nice. Sorry that we had to use Google Hangouts, which is pretty centralized, but
Yeah, we don't have a guys using it. That'll be a while, I think.
the blockchain video chat.
Does that exist? Oh.
No, I mean not that I know of. I wish there was. It'd be pretty cool though.
Oh, yeah.
One day we'll get there.
Yeah, I think there'll be more adoption for blockchain in terms of like legal auditing, like supply chain. We'll see that all before like sort of video adoption. But yeah.
Oh, by 2030, we'll see. We'll see it all. I'm sure. Yeah. So I mean, you guys are obviously very mining focused. That's kind of that's a lot of what you guys are doing.
A lot of miners like XP. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the community is miner centric, I guess.
Yeah, in the beginning it was like all miners. Yeah.
Right. So, there's a lot of criticism from people when it comes to the electricity usage for mining, and obviously
Mhm.
there's some people out there that are trying to use alternative methods, using setting up solar panels specifically for their mining rigs and doing things like that. I mean, what are your thoughts as far as like this over electric use for mining, and like and how that can kind of become more sustainable into the future?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So the Bitcoin guys have this discussion all the time with people. Basically, people saying that Bitcoin uses more electricity than, or proof of work mining, I guess you could say in general, uses more electricity than some like European countries, smaller European countries.
Right.
Well, but you're not wasting the energy. In our opinion, you are using the energy to provide a service to a lot of people.
Right, of
So
course.
like remittance, it's like store of value, it's like anti-corruption, it's like we have digital money now that's you can't make counterfeit, you can't, you can send it across the world for a couple cents, to someone else, like it's super cool. It actually uses less energy than a lot of bank systems worldwide. So I think it's not the proof of work that is the problem. It's really the way you generate electricity. Fortunately, now there's a way more solar and wind. The cost of solar panels has been like plummeting, and the efficiency is getting a lot better. So as we are increasing the amount of proof of work we're doing as a civilization, which I think we're probably going to do regardless of anything
Right.
anyone wants, because it's very useful to us. As long as we shift towards more like clean energy, we'll be okay. And so solar and wind, that's what you need, because it's not proof of work that's causing pollution. It's like burning coal that causes pollution. You don't
Right.
have to burn and do and or not to get into politics, or like basically use dirty energy to mine.
Well, and I guess like what you're also saying is that it isn't just proof of work. Like we're just kind of using a ton of electricity for everything anyway. I mean, I would
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know specific numbers. I should have probably looked this up, and I didn't think of it till just now. But how much is used to print fiat currency? Like
Or how much energy
a
is
ton, a
yeah,
ton, a ton of paper money. I mean, it's got to be a decent amount. I don't know if
yeah.
as much as proof of work. I mean, I'm sure it's still a lot.
It's a lot, but also how much money or energy is used to mine gold, for example. So like
Yeah.
little gold actually uses less energy than mining actual gold, and pollutes a lot less, because like mining actual gold, there's tons of pollution that goes into that.
Right.
Chemical, you use nasty chemicals to like remove the gold from other materials and stuff. This gold is immune to those chemicals, so you use like probably, I don't even actually know what you use, but you probably use some sort of really nasty acids to do it, right? So everything else.
Either way, there. So basically, at the end of the day, we're doing a more environmentally sane thing, but obviously
Yeah,
we want
kind
to.
of.
But setting up more renewable stuff for for mining is obvious is ideal, but that's kind of just the way that the world's going anyway.
It's just the way, yeah. There's a game theory there now. It's the way the world's going now. I think, and as far as distributing money, I think proof of work is the best way to do it. You can't use proof of stake to distribute money. You know, you
Right.
can't use stake to make pure mined currency, which is a very special class of currency. So like, but that's not to say that proof of stake may or may not be a better way to run a fast blockchain. Proof of stake may be the only way to pull off like sharding. You can
Right.
make a really fast, like lower layer. And that's actually cool because, like our community actually wants that, because if we had if Ethereum was faster somehow, regardless of how you make it faster, whether that's going to stake or whatever, that would make 0xBTC a faster, basically, to transact. Because
Right.
if transaction speed and transaction cost is only limited to by Ethereum's transaction speed, transaction cost, because it's native Smith token. So if it were like a pure mined currency that actually ran on like a proof of stake network, then theoretically it could be like the fastest proof of work currency,
Right.
because it's not limited by its proof of work.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But that's also kind of like some thought process, or just a really cool bonus you get.
Yeah, I mean, speed is more or less an issue. I mean,
It is king in terms
kind
of
of why
like,
we don't have video chat or blockchain video chat.
yeah, everything about blockchain and cryptocurrencies is super, super awesome, but except for the scaling, except for the speed, right? So,
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I've been
right.
noticing my Brave browser is going a little slow lately, but whatever. That's
Oh yeah.
we'll get there though. Brave will get there. It's still a good product.
Oh yeah.
Cool. I mean, is there anything else you want to add about the project? I mean, any other thoughts? Any shout outs to the community? Let the world know.
Um, I don't know, man. I guess I mean there is pool mining. If you haven't heard of it, so pool mining is really cool. It works because when you're mining 0xBTC, basically you mine on behalf of an address, and that gets part of the like hash, part of the proof of work. So if you change the address you're mining on behalf of, it invalidates like the solution. So there's pool mining. There should be more pools, but Mikers runs a really huge pool. So shout out to Mikers. And then also Toasty runs a really cool pool. Shout out to Toasty. And shout out to Lieutenant Tofu and Isbelia and all those other developers that are building mining software. um, and yeah, basically, I'm working on like a desktop wallet, and people are trying to help me. So I think that'd be really cool to have like a token wallet for Ethereum, something you could use without even having to know how Ethereum works. That's kind of something that I'm experimenting with. Um, but yeah, that's basically it. I guess all it is like all 0xBTC is it's like gold except digital with an ERC20 token. So like I guess if you imagine in summary, when we were all put on this earth, there was a ton of gold on the earth, right? But like we didn't have tools to mine it. So like once we discovered how to get it, we could pan for it in rivers, right? Everyone went out west, California, and you could just pan on a river and make like a living getting gold. And then all of a sudden, like there was less and less gold, and that's basically like the mined currencies like difficulty increasing, right? It's harder to get. So then people needed to get like more tools. Now you need like these huge like channels, and you need to like own the river, and then you need to get like huge excavating tools, and then you need to buy a mine and have all this land. So like, but that doesn't mean that mining gold is like unfair. Like mining gold is the most fair thing ever. It's just like a resource that was put on the earth, and like it gets harder and harder to mine. So like you need more and more like tools to get it. That's exactly how like mining works. So mining is like everyone, like in the beginning, mining currency, anyone can do it. It's super easy. Anyone can like, currency or whatever. And then
It's still limited. You need the right resources in order to get it. And it technically, I mean, gold can't be created, and so I guess when you're mining, you're still mining for a set amount. It's not
Mm.
much difference. Like we know it's there. You have to work for it.
Yeah, yeah. So if you think of mine currency like that, it starts to make a lot more sense. Um,
Then
but yeah,
see that we
that's
just print as much as we want.
yeah, it's a really interesting new form of money. So we'll see where it takes us, I guess.
It's exciting. I mean, we're excited to see what goes on with your guys' project. There's definitely a lot of potential there. I think that as far as anyone that wants to get into something mining related or just get into a new community, again, this is one of the most active, knowledgeable, really strong communities that I think I've ever seen. So I would highly recommend, going into 0xBTC. Most the Discord is more active, correct?
Oh yeah, the Discord is really active. There's some forums that don't really get used, but I post that. It's more like for developers, and
Hmm.
then a subreddit.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're all really like pro Ethereum. We're all really pro Bitcoin. Like we all say like buy Bitcoin, get Bitcoin because that's the granddaddy of pure mind currency. We all like pure mind currency, right?
right.
Basically, this is just a way to bring pure mind currency into Ethereum. So.
Nice. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Mhm.
I'm glad that you finally gave your first public interview with us.
Yeah,
It's going to be exciting. I'm sure the community is going to be excited to see your face and listen to your thoughts. Um, and we're definitely happy with Ethex and having you guys hosted on our market. Um, Exciting stuff too. I'll just say that we are launching our mobile pretty soon, so I think we're gonna have some of your community members running beta.
yeah, a mobile app. So for Ethex Dex,
Yes,
yeah, that'll be really cool. I
Ethex
want to.
Ethex market, but it's gonna be mobile, so um, pretty exciting. Straight wallet to wallet exchange.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. So there's no
Minimal.
middleman. There's no
Yeah,
base.
we don't hold funds. You can't host your or we don't host a wallet more or less. Like, we're not Binance where you can just leave your coins sitting
Right.
on ethics. Like, it just doesn't work that way.
That's super cool.
Yeah,
So
so if I have MetaMask and you have MetaMask, I can just trade directly to you.
yeah, and you can trade pure mind currency
Yeah,
like directly,
we can
which
trade
is
0xBTC.
yeah, or any other token. Yeah, it's really cool. I don't know. That's so there's something special there. I don't know. It's weird. It's like a new step when you can like
I mean,
atomic.
I feel like it's more decentralized than uh, some of the other systems or some of the other
Even some of the other
exchanges
dexes
system.
aren't really that decentralized. Like they're blocking off trading in certain areas and stuff, even though they call themselves a dex.
Right.
So yeah,
Well, I think at the end of the day, if you can ever leave your coins in a wallet on the exchange, it's still not decentralized. I mean, not truly.
so you guys are
So
truly decentralized. We're basically we both believe in true decentralization.
absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. So we're excited for the new mobile app. I mean, I think that's gonna do really big things for us, and it'll create a lot of exposure for you guys as well because you're listed with us and you're one of our really useful tokens. So it'll be good stuff.
awesome. Yeah, thanks, Josh.
Cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like using.
Thanks for joining me, and we'll get the community involved in this.